Thank you, guys. There are nearly 200 men and women working for the Louisiana State Police assigned to casino enforcement. Combine that with the security personnel at those casinos and the relationships with investigators from other states, and you have a small army designed to catch would-be cheaters in the act. Bright lights and high stakes. Casinos are a big part of life in Louisiana, and they play an even bigger role in the state's economy. In the last fiscal year, Louisiana's 14 riverboat casinos, including the 3 in East Baton Rouge Parish, brought in more than $1.5 billion in adjusted gross income. And that padded the state's coffers by more than $670 million for the same 12-month period. With that much money in play comes the temptation for a few to take extra chances at pressing their luck, looking for more than their share of the pot. And that is where the Louisiana Gaming Control Board comes into the equation.
We have the Gaming Enforcement Division, part of the Bureau of Investigation of the Louisiana State Police.
Lieutenant Jeff Watts has been with the State Police Gaming Division for 16 years. And as the enforcement and regulatory branch for the Gaming Board, they are experts on Louisiana casinos.
Everything has to come through an investigative specialist. They look at the specs, the drawings on them. That has to be approved. It has to meet certain criteria that's in our rules. Dice have to meet a certain size, chips, tokens, that sort of thing.
The heavy regulation also includes approving every slot machine and table game in every casino and where they are placed in relation to each casino's hundreds of eyes in the sky. Those cameras enable commissioned gaming officers and casino security personnel to monitor every single gaming device from thousands of angles, 24 hours a day.
We have a great relationship with the State Gaming Division.
Sasha Hyderkhan is the compliance manager at Hollywood Casino in Baton Rouge and says the days of in-house regulation and enforcement are long gone.
Everything that we do, as far as security-wise or anything like that, is they're aware of. They've approved a lot of the things that we do here. So it's a close-knit relationship. You know, pick up the phone and call them any time of the day. They answer the phone. They come out when we need them for anything.
Sometimes those calls are about casino visitors looking to beat the system. And while the odds are heavily stacked against them, Watts says some still try.
With the elements that we have in place in these casinos, it definitely stacked against them.
Slot machines are now all coin and token free, making them harder to trick. So most con men set their sights on table games when they believe the dealer or no one else is watching. All right, so it's safe to say that the most common form of cheating you guys encounter is deception.
Absolutely. Deception, sleight of hand when they're moving chips. They will cap a bet depending on how much money they got on the table. If they're losing that bet, they may remove a chip as well.
Watts explains that shuffling chips also is common on the craps table.
A lot of activity, a fast-moving game.
Watts adds cheaters will even try swapping out dice. But like the cameras above, mirrors give security personnel one more way to catch them in the act.
It should reflect the same number on the top. If it's not, then obviously there's something that they're going to take a look at.
Altering cards is another way cheaters will look for an edge. Watts says folding corners or damaging cards is seldom used anymore, and the preferred method is marking the cards, a topic so sensitive they did not want to show us how it works. So what does cheating get you?
All right, I'm going to give you a choice. You can either have the money and the hammer, or you can walk out of here. You can't have both. What do you want?
I just want to get out of here.
And don't forget to tell your friends what happens if they around here.
This scene from the movie Casino may be a painful consequence on the big screen, but apparently far-fetched.
There's no roughing up or anything like that. Nothing like that. Nothing like that happens anymore. Maybe back in the days before my days, probably.
The reality, however, could hurt just as bad. Watts says stealing or exchanging just one chip is a crime and punishable by a fine as much as 6 months in prison. Multiple offenses and stealing more than $1,500 in winnings could equal up to 10 years behind bars. For the most part, Watts and casino officials say the cheating attempts are kept to a minimum. Hollywood Casino says it only sees about 2 to 3 cases a month. But when it happens, it's a sure bet police and casinos, with help from their cameras above, are ready.
There's someone right now probably coming up with some way to try to beat a gaming device or change a play on a table game. So it's always going to continue.
According to the Gaming Division, State Police closed 8 cheating cases at Louisiana casinos within the last 12 months. By and large, that is just a fraction of the millions who visit and play at these casinos each year. Reporting from outside Hollywood Casino, Nick Foley, WAFB 9 News.